I love Elm and Tailwind, and today I'm going to show you how to set up a simple project using both of them. Let's get started. Now, I'm assuming you have Elm installed. If not, head on over to elmlang.org and follow the instructions. Let's go ahead and create a folder and call it something like Elm Tailwind. The first thing I'm going to do is set up an Elm project, and we're going to use Elm init to do that. Okay, cool. Now that we have an Elm project set up, let's have a look at what was created. As you can see, there's an Elm JSON file and a source directory, which is where the Elm program is going to live. Inside that source directory, we're going to create a main.elm file. And this is our entry point, essentially. I always go to the Elmlang website and grab the boilerplate code, which is a handy starter. What this does is gives us a legit working Elm program. So if we go to the console and type Elm reactor, we can see what happens. So it's telling us something's going on at localhost 8000. Let's have a look. We can see that our main.elm file is represented here, and if we click on it, you can see it compiles and it serves it for us. Elm Reactor is an awesome tool for prototyping, but it's not super flexible when it comes to including extra CSS or JavaScript that we might want in our project, which we do. We're going to need a bundler for that, and my tool of choice is Parcel, so let's get that hooked up right now. Parcel is an npm package, so that means we need a package.json file. I'm going to start off with yarn init-y, and boom, we have a package.json file. Now let's run yarn add-d parcel. Having a look at this output, we can see that a number of Parcel libraries have a peer dependency on Parcel core. If you are running the latest yarn, which under the hood uses PNP, then you're going to likely see this output. You see, yarn won't install or resolve peer dependencies. We have to explicitly do that ourselves. We can simply run yarn add-d at parcel/core to satisfy that peer dependency. We are also going to need a couple more packages called at parcel/transformer elm and elm. Okay, so now we're going to create an index.html file with a completely basic setup. Yep, that will do. Let's now do the DOM binding stuff. I like to have a separate index.js file to do this. So here we're importing the main.elm file, then doing the boilerplate Elm stuff. Most Elm programs will look something like this. Just for convenience, let's add a start script to our package.json because why not? Okay, now the moment of truth. Let's run yarn start. And looks like something's going on at localhost 1234. Yep, all looks good. Nice one. Okay, we're doing great. Parcel's now handling all the building of our Elm project, so let's bring Tailwind CSS into the mix. Tailwind CSS has excellent documentation, and I'm just going to be following that for this part. I'm going to head over to the official docs, and if you search for Parcel in the search box here, we should get what we're looking for. Looking at the steps here, you can see that we have the first bit done already, so we can skip over that and start installing the relevant packages. Yarn install -d Tailwind CSS, post CSS. Then npx Tailwind CSS init. Okay, so we also have to create the .postcss rc file and just copy in the stuff that they have on the site. So when we did the Tailwind CSS init command, a tailwind.config.js file was created for us. And this is where we can make sure Tailwind knows where our source code is. We're going to use what the docs suggests, but because we are using Elm, let's make sure we add the Elm extension on the end here. Now we can create our index.css file and add the Tailwind directives. For the very last step, we have to ensure that we include the CSS file that we just created in the index.html file from before. Okay, let's yarn start and see how we did. Looks like it built fine. Nice. So now that CSS is plugged in, let's add some styles to these buttons using Tailwind. I'm going to be super lazy and just go to my Tailwind UI account. Here, I'm going to search for buttons. Yep, this one looks great. We can look at the actual HTML and just copy the Tailwind classes. Then just chuck it into the class attribute in Elm. And boom, working like a champ. So what we've achieved today is an Elm project using Tailwind CSS for styling. I really hope this video was of some use to you and got you excited about perhaps trying Elm or even Tailwind CSS. I've got a lot more Elm videos coming up, so stay tuned. Thanks.